All right, we are going live. Going live. Sorry for all the shakiness, but hope you guys are all going well. Now, my initial plan was making this video. I wasn't really wanting to make it, but if this coronavirus is the next couple months, it's gonna create some interesting facts. Some of these stuff, I'll let you guys know what's my opinions on it, and I'll definitely tell you guys what's been happening. So every day I've been checking on the news and going through as much as I can. And this is just the beginning of 2020. What I've been seeing in just areas that I've been going to is just empty shops. Bad sign, definitely a bad start of the year, but also to the point that, going to a Chinese restaurant, it's now quiet. I'm not exaggerating. Like, it's so quiet and dead and peaceful, where everyone's really like us, dumpling joints. It's quiet. The locals, especially the Asian minorities or especially the Chinese ones, are not going out. And obviously, this is going to create a huge impact and business holders as well. How long they can last on this? But not only just that, but also I've been told by my mate's wife, been telling me that when she was trying to order McDonald's, which we call it in Australia Macca's, and order some burgers, and she was the only one in store in the restaurant where the car is been piling up on the drive-through. Everyone's going through drive-throughs in McDonald's. Basically, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Now I know many of you guys will say that is so untrue, William. Why I being negative? Okay. Um, I'm speaking the area that is very heavy dominant Chinese background, um, which is the Glen Waverley in Melbourne, Victoria State. Uh, and that scares me, like, because 2 weeks ago they have announced there was a confirmed case coronavirus. I think in his 50s or 60s, been walking around, and now not only just him putting in the public creating problems, but also he made that business shut the door for 2 weeks under quarantine. Now, literally, that business has done nothing wrong. That business has opened their arms up, welcome everyone. Now, the confirmed case caused the shop to close in 2 weeks. They have to fork out 2 weeks of rent. And when they business up, return to the business opening, there's this moral panic, especially in the Chinese community. Oh, don't go to that one. That's the one that the coronavirus walked in there. Like, that stigma and that thinking, that thought is behind the back of their minds. And I've been to that restaurant, that particular restaurant. It's sort of like a six-level complex where it's Chinese hot pot joint. Now that complex, I bet you if I walk in there, it's a deadbeat. Not only just Glenwavy, but I've been hearing Box Hill as well. Like, it's been dead. Now, to you guys to say, well, good on you guys, they shouldn't be going out at all. But We only have 13, I don't know, 13 or less than 20 cases, all right? It's been happening in Australia, and look how much effect it has. Not only just that, but also I went to like even Melbourne Central Shopping Centre. That's Melbourne Central Station above the shopping centre. And it was Friday. Now, for those who does not know, Friday and Thursday, Friday is a shopping night in Melbourne. Now, that is crazy. It should be busy. I'm talking about like 7 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock at night. There's not much people. It's not that crowded. Everyone's just rushed to train station, try to avoid it. Now, I can't imagine what's it like in Chinatown or other parts of the area. One of the top selling right now is hygiene, like gloves and masks. It's being sold, especially masks being sold out. I don't know how milk powder is going to keep up with the sales, but man, nowadays the mask is being outsold. So you got that. It's very interesting. And I heard Sydney is a lot more worse. I can't imagine what Sydney goes through because very, very large Chinese community where a lot of areas. And so now you guys kind of understand what's going on. Now, there was an article 2 weeks ago that there was a lobster has to put on stop on exporting to China as the Chinese New Year has put on a store or hold. That just impact that company as well, which is the biggest year of the time to eat lobsters. Okay, you got that as well. But also the retail. When you have coronavirus cases confirmed in that town or this city, people are starting to get scared and scared. And with every day with the media, you know, increasing the numbers of death, and the Australian government trying to tell people don't get to buy mask. You know, there's only few cases in Australia. Now, why the hell? I mentioned about Melbourne and Sydney scenario, and it's even more crazy in Sydney because the Chinese community are absolutely everywhere, and they know what's alike now. And anyway, but a Chinese um, student who attends to university in Australia, knowing that he's going to get deported back to mainland China and go through a loophole stating that he's coming from Hong Kong in his immigration card to loophole to come to Australia. How many of them have been loopholed to come to Australia and not been quarantined, or perhaps being lied to, or perhaps bragging about it on the social media? Now, this creates a lot more alarming. This type of news is going to create more and more people afraid to go out. This, like I said, it's not just going to impact restaurants, it's going to impact retailers as well. And this is not the time to, be scared of. So areas who are heavy, unfortunately, near university zones or heavily Chinese dominant areas or Asian areas, things has gone really quiet. Restaurants, even though I'm where I work is 7 to 8 kilometers away from the city, restaurants have died. It's like dead beat. I look at Italian restaurants, the Greeks restaurants, the cafes, the coffee shops are alive. But when it comes to Chinese restaurants, they're deadbeat. It just doesn't make sense, right? And also, when it comes to going to the market, buying, those, like I said, the business, the workers has been telling me their sales gone 50% down, but there's no Chinese people coming out. And you start to question why Chinese people doesn't go out now. They fear, the fear. And my other boss told me, oh, I went to the Costco the other day and it was flooded with Asians. So, what is actually going on? This is going, I don't know how long with this hiding behind the doors, how long is this going to keep up with? And I hope it doesn't, doesn't go through the next couple months because this has been impacted. There's not, we're not even in China, we're already impacted in this way. But I know business and everything is gone down south now. And well, it kind of understand why in China there's a lot of ghost town where people doesn't go out now. But to look at it where it is now is, I joke with my friend, this is the best time to buy houses because no Chinese people go to auction and bid now. Like, I'm making this sort of joke. I'm pretty sure this is the way how it is, and I think this is going to be impacting my dad's upcoming property auction, which is on the 18th of February. Geez, we're not far from it. So the final one that I really don't want to talk about this, but I think I have to talk about it. The reason why, not only just China, and I'm just sorry, not only just Australia is happening like this, but let's just say other parts of the world who facing a similar what I just mentioned, where its heavy Chinese dominant communities has gone into hiding. Now, it's because of the Chinese people doesn't trust their own people, basically. And the reason behind is because we do any measurements or ways to get out to go out there and, you know, they just do things that they think for themselves, not for among the rest, as very broadly. And this has been a tension even back in mainland China as well. And that's the reason behind now it's so really quiet. We don't trust each other. And that's why it's been creating and what I've been telling you what's been happening. It's the same thing. And now they're talking this may lead to global recession if China, let's just say right now it's not the highest peak point of the coronavirus. Maybe till March or April, what's gonna be like export and import be like? Or is it just gonna be agriculture and live food stock going in and out in China, just food based? I know that it's gonna burn more electricity, not because 24/7 in the house it already is, and it's a very different, it's a very interesting time to live in, but also the impact that it's created is gonna create a lot bigger for the global, and also to look at it, where is this gonna head to? How long is this gonna head to? Because it's contagious, this virus. And myself, who works in aged care, even having a viral gastro breakout in a facility, that spreads, man. Like, I just can't imagine that spread in public. If it's that contagious, that's easy. So yeah, final thoughts, maybe, don't know. Yeah, actually, no. That's the final thoughts of the video. I probably wouldn't make any more coronavirus. Even if there's a big one, then yeah, I think my channel has already made 4 or 5 videos. I think my next will probably is something really big, something has happened, and that's about it. So yeah, I don't know who's that one viewer, and I hope you enjoy this video. I said finish the video.